Now let's start adding more components into this. So we have got most of these components for the base part added. Now let's add the O-ring right inside this groove. For that, I'll go to insert component and open from this PC, and I'll select O-ring, open, and I'll just place it right here. Now this O-ring should be concentric with this one. So once again, you can select the surface, press and hold Alt key, and just drag it and drop it right inside this, and it will be concentric just like this. So there we are, it will be concentric. But in this case, we don't want to just add it like this. So I'll just click OK for now, and I'll press Ctrl Z. And instead, I'll add the concentric mate using the normal method. So I'll go to mate, and then I'm going to select this surface right here. And then I'll select this surface. So select the surface and then select this surface, and there we are. Now it's once again concentric. So there it is, it's added. Now you can also lock its rotation from here, or you can do the same from here, but we don't want to lock it. So I'll click OK, and we want it to freely move inside this groove, and we also want it to rotate just about this. As we have really good amount of freedom here, it is not rotating very significantly, but as you can see, there is a slight rotation here, and here it is. It is just rotating, but let's just lock its to and fro motion, and then we'll be able to freely rotate it. Now to lock this to and fro motion, we can apply a distance mate. Now in this case, as you can see, it is moving out from both the sides, and we want it to move out equally. Actually, the distance is 5 units from this plane to this plane. So that's how much we want it to extrude outside from both the sides. So we can use distance mate for this. So I'll go to mate, and here in the standard mates, we have a mate called distance. That's what we are going to select. But for that, we'll start with a plane. So that's the first plane. And then I'm going to select the second plane. You don't need to press and hold Control key here because we already have this thing selected. And now it will automatically select coincident, but that's not what we want. We want distance. So you can either click here, or you can select this option right here. So maybe I'll select this option. That's the distance mate, and the distance is 5 units. So just type 5 and click OK. All right, so now it will move out only up to 5 units, and the same is true for this side. And now if you try rotating it using this groove, it will rotate very easily. So maybe I'll just click OK to exit out of this mate option, and then we'll try rotating it, and here, as you can see, it will move very freely. All right, so that's added. Now let's talk about adding a few mates right here. So here in this case, we want to add a washer and then a nut right here. So let's start with washer. And once again, we can insert the component, or we can drag and drop it. So now in this case, I will add components while using simple drag and drop, because we have already added component using that usual method. So let's add a few using this. So here we have the bolt washer. Select, drag and drop. Not only that, we'll also drag and drop another one, which is this nut. So select, drag and drop, and it has this attached washer as well. So now we'll cancel this out, and let's add these two. So we have the washer here, but this washer should be concentric too. So once again, I'll just select this plane right here, not plane, actually the surface, and then I'll control select this surface. And as you know, this should be concentric. So select that, and we are done. So it is concentric. Of course, we can just move it here. And now we need to ensure that this plane and this one, they are coincident. So select this plane and then control select this plane and just make it coincident. And we are done. Now we can move it down like this. And here we also want this plane from the washer to coincide with this one. So once again, let's do that. So this plane, and control select this plane. And once again, make it coincident. There we are. It's perfectly in its place. Now we finally need to add this nut as well right here. So once again, we need to start with concentric. Select this surface, then move it, control select this one and make it concentric. All right. And we just need to move it down. And as you can see, it is stuck right inside this. So I'll just select it and move it down just like this. All right, and then I'll select this plane, I'll move it, and I'll select this plane, control select this, and just make it coincident. And we are done. So now this is added properly where it should be. Now in a similar way, we can add the washer as well as nut for this part, and I'll quickly do it. So I'll just make a copy of this washer, and I'll make a copy of this nut as well. And now we'll apply the same mates. And here we are. It's also added on this side. So we have got all of these added here. So that's how you can apply the distance mate.